Hey, Gemini, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your July 2023 career reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings, so please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are interested in a personal reading or entering into the free monthly reading giveaway, you can find both of those links in the description box below. All right, so Gemini, it looks like you are heading towards calmer waters. There could be a little bit more speed, more momentum, whatever it is that you've put in motion, you're going to see the gains in the month of July. So let's start here with the recent past. You do have the Moon card showing up. This does talk about you being divinely guided. When things seem a little bit difficult, challenging, it may feel like you've gone through some dark nights of the soul when it comes to finances, career, wealth, income. Some of you were focusing on odds and end jobs, bringing in additional income. I'm getting a juggling type of energy here. So some of you may have been juggling more than one job. You may have been working a 9 to 5, but trying to build a side hustle here on the side. Or if you are an entrepreneur, I feel like you're coming up with new creative ideas to add on or build on to your business. This is about you not necessarily knowing where you're going, but you know that you are being divinely guided to move forward here. So some of you, there could have been funds that ended up feeling like you drained your account, or you had to put money into something. It could have been a fix on a vehicle. It may have been a refrigerator needed fixing here or replacing. I'm getting something in regards to a vehicle, an appliance, or maybe investing into something that hopefully will pay off in the long run. And I feel like it will, because you do have the crown showing up. And in the present energy of July, thank you, Spirit, they're giving me, now this could be, I feel like a name, could be a last name or a street name or the name of maybe a town, a city, a country. I'm getting the last 3 letters, SKI. So it could be, for example, Lewinsky, right? SKI at the end of it. So if that is your name, or maybe you live in a location, or it could be a street name, please take that as it resonates. Now let's dive into the energy of July. It looks like you're coming out of a situation where maybe you've spent more than you wanted to spend in the recent past. Now this month you're able to have a little bit more of an increase because you don't have that large payment or that large bill. There could be something that you were paying off, or it just exceeded the normal amount that it typically is. Let's say it's a gas bill, an electric bill, a vehicle, grocery bill, something of that nature. I feel like there was an excess in the past, but now you're back on track here in the month of July. Now you may also have new income sources showing up here available to you, because I'm getting fresh start, which we see here on this card, fresh start. So this could be a new side job. Now it could even be driver, because I am getting something with vehicle, whether this is Uber Eats, or maybe you're a taxi driver, or you do something with running food or running errands. I'm sensing that some of you may even have carpooled, or you may be combining some sort of resources here. Now this shows up as valuable information coming to light. So there is an end to the moon energy here, which I really love for you. What's the opposite of the moon here, or the sun? So this is more happy times, more abundance, more joy coming into your world. Fresh start. Now, some of you, you weren't quite sure if you were going to build your stability in one way or another way here. It was almost as if some of you, I feel, either came to this reading unemployed, or in the recent past, there was just some juggling here, because I'm getting 2 of Pentacles. We may see that showing up in your reading. There was some juggling of finances, moving money around, moving career around. Maybe some of you are in the middle of an actual move. I'm getting strong Chariot here, but this is about you finally feeling more stable, feeling like you're on stable ground. There's steady work coming in here. You're building your career, because a lot of you have received some sort of valuable information that's helping you move forward, but also others of you, I am getting 7 of Swords here. There was an honest assessment or reevaluation where you had to go inward, Gemini. You had to look at the things that were working, the things that weren't, who you surrounded your energy with, the conversations that you've had with people in your line of work. I feel that you are finally getting back on track and you're saving some more money this month and you're having fun too. So there is a balance between that work and play life. Now, in the near future, you have the Crown. This is all about you overcoming some obstacles. I am getting King energy here for you, specifically King of Pentacles and King of Wands. Now, Gemini, even though you're a King of Swords, I do feel that King or Queen, doesn't matter if you're female or masculine, but I do feel like you're building upon your affluence here. You're possibly becoming an entrepreneur, a boss, a CEO. You're climbing that ladder, whatever that ladder looks like to you. I feel like you are taking the steps necessary to move onward to bigger and better. There's progress here. You may be becoming your own owner or boss, or you're just heading towards more financial fulfillment with that King of Pentacles that I'm seeing here in my mind's eye. So let's dive into your reading here and take a look. There could have also been a new company vehicle. Someone may have had an increase in insurance regarding a vehicle as well. There could be a license plate renewal. There could have been a driver's license registration update. There's something here around vehicle. Please take it as it resonates. Now let's dive into the overall energy here for Gemini regarding career, July 2023. What do we have overall energy? Page of Swords. There you are. Beautiful. This is about you using your beautiful intellect, your mind, right? You are the mental genius here of the zodiac. You're an air sign. So this is about you making decisions that are based on thought, intellect, power to overcome those obstacles, to use those communication skills that you have so wonderfully, Gemini. You have really great communication skills. This is about strategic solutions. Instead of feeling disconnected from the information around you, you're going to go looking for it. And when you open that door, you're going to see that it comes in like a whirlwind of information, resources, abundance, new opportunities, because you're opening up to them. And when the Page of Swords shows up, pages are all about new beginnings, right? It can be a message as well. So I feel like a lot of you may be receiving a message that's going to bring in valuable information. So if you've been waiting to hear back from that boss about that promotion or that new employer, or if you've been looking to increase your clientele for your business, there's a lot of inventive ideas that you are brainstorming. I'm getting this really strong energy of brainstorming, and using the power of the mind is really, really big for you this month. Now, Page of Swords, you can see here that this little lad, he's not only using that scientific mind of his, but he's blending it with the creative. So the left and right hemispheres of the brain. So really, really diving into that creative genius that you have, Gemini. I like that. Creative genius, because that is absolutely what you are. Beautiful. You may hear some news. There could be incoming messages. A lot of you are reinventing yourselves. You're getting ready for a new exciting challenge. And when I say challenge, it's not that it's going to be, horrible, right? A challenge, but it's exciting. And with everything new comes a little bit of a challenge, because we need to learn as we go. We don't have all of the pieces put into place immediately. That's the whole fun of building the puzzle, right? Is being able to find those pieces, put them together, use your mind, use your intellect. And that's what's happening here with the Crown. So it wouldn't surprise me by the end of the month, if you feel confident enough to put on that crown, because there's really positive new ideas and messages coming in here for you. So let's take a look at that challenge and how we can help you move through it in the month of July. So right away, this may come in sooner rather than later. I'm getting intuitively that some of you already know what this is for you. And it could even be sometimes getting out of our own way, right? It could be using that genius mind to step up out of the comfort zone instead of letting the mind talk you out of it, right? We can use the mind in brilliant ways. Ten of Swords. Okay, there's some sort of ending that is still challenging for you to let go of. Now, whether it was a physical ending, it could be, I'm getting here, it's a mental chatter. It's ending that mental chatter, because swords, we're getting double swords. This is air. This is you, Gemini. This is about anguish or lifting anguish. And that's the challenge, right? Lifting anguish, lifting some sort of betrayal or negativity or fear-based mindsets. Because with this moon, we can go down that rabbit hole of fear, false illusions, false evidence appearing real, because we don't know how things are going to turn out. If you are heading towards, or you've been not heading towards, because you're heading towards a lot more joy, I would say here, a lot more abundance, but some of you have been on unstable ground. And when you start to get used to being on unstable ground, it almost turns into your default mode. So I would say here, Gemini, the challenge for you is to embrace this new lifestyle, this new mindset, and use those resources that you have, including the resource of your mind, right? Use this to manifest that path of abundance for yourself. Be grateful of what is right in front of you, because endings bring in new beginnings, but there's still something here that you may struggle holding on to. It may be time to completely cut the cords. If this is mental conflict, stress, fear, anxiety, you may want to speak to a coach, a guide, a therapist, a mentor, someone who can help you overcome some of those fears that you do have with the Ten of Swords. Now, the Ten of Swords is about surrendering, right? It is about getting yourself out of denial. So I was tuning into that Seven of Swords. So some of you, I feel like you know intuitively that some sort of cycle needs to end, but it's easier said than done. It absolutely is. Let's take a look and clarify the Ten of Swords, because we're going to help you get through this. I do feel like, yes, there may have been an ending. Some of you may have been fired. For others of you, you had to leave a job. You felt forced to leave a job because you may have been stabbed in the back. For others of you, it's an old way of thinking. It's releasing those limiting beliefs of lack of mentality, not having enough, or there's not enough to go around, or there's too much saturation in the market, or you're going to be struggling forever, right? It's those limiting beliefs. Even though we may feel like we are not living to our fullest potential, everything is changing at constant speeds, actually. Even though sometimes it seems like it's a turtle or a snail speed, things are constantly changing. That is the only constant, right? Is change. Five of Materials. There's something with the poverty conscious mindset that it's important for you to release. Now, some of you struggled mentally, physically, emotionally within your health, and that needed to come to an end, or it does need to come to an end here. Make sure that you are filling your own cup. Okay, make sure that if you have this Five of Pentacles showing up here as well, you're not going to be left out in the cold. Don't let the ego or the pride get away. Don't neglect finances, because sometimes we do that. Sometimes we say, well, I just have this accumulated debt. I don't even want to look at it. Or I don't even know how much credit card debt I am in now. And we keep piling and piling and piling. If you do that, try to organize, try to refrain from just throwing it to the back burner and allowing it to pile up and get worse. This is about taking a look at it head on. That could be what that getting honest means for you. Starting over, having help, whatever that may mean, knowledge, education. They're showing me books here as well. So I feel like you have the resources to get out of this situation that felt a little bit challenging with the moon. So let's get to the deep past. What's going on in the foundation? What are you built upon here? What's your work ethic? Ten of Wands. Yep. This is definitely you, Gemini. Some of you felt like a workhorse. For others of you, this is about carrying the heavy burdens. Maybe you were the sole breadwinner. For others of you, you may have been the rock, right? Hence the rocks on the back. For others of you, you may have or be attracted to people who need extra support, extra healing. You may have that Mr. or Mrs. Fix-It personality. Now, nothing wrong with that. However, when it starts to affect your mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional health, then we need to do something about it, right? And when the Ten of Wands shows up, you're taking on too much, Gemini. It's important to release heavy burdens. Now, that is something you may have always done in the past, but it doesn't mean you have to continue doing that in the present. Okay, it's important for you to know that you have to take responsibility for your own soul's journey, not that of everyone around you. Now, of course, this doesn't pertain to little people. If you are a caregiver of your own children, of course, they need you to look after them as well. But can you ask for additional help? Let's say you're trying to open up your own business, but you're still working a 9-to-5 job and you have children you're trying to raise and take care of. Is there support that you can ask for? Now, some of you are saying, Melissa, there's absolutely no one. There's resources available here, Spirit is saying, whether that is family, whether it's friends, whether it's daycare, whatever it could be. Do your due diligence, do your research with that Page of Swords, because that Page of Swords, he's curious. He's going to go and search. If he doesn't know how to do it, he doesn't care that he doesn't necessarily know how, but he's willing to try. And that's what I feel like you are taking on. You're willing to try to release some of these burdens instead of just carrying them and carrying them. Now, some of you also, I'm getting here with this energy, you felt physically exhausted in the deep past and you did bring in others to lighten the load, or it's something you've been working on manifesting. You have double 10s showing up here. So double 10s are an extra amplifier of a new beginning coming in here for you. So let's take a look here at the recent past and see what's going on in the recent past. We know that you're willing to work hard for what you want and sometimes even carry the weight of the world on your shoulders. And it may or may not be your stuff you're carrying. But I feel like you're a hard, determined worker, Gemini, and you'll do what you need to do to get things done. Now, in the recent past, what you're manifesting is partnerships, collaboration, law of attraction, 2 of cups. So whether that law of attraction was you maybe feeling like a victim or feeling fear, feeling the negativity, that could be something you felt like you were attracting back into your world, and vice versa. If you were feeling that you are moving towards what it is that is aligned with your soul purpose and that you are appreciating every moment of what you're in the present, you might start to see more optimism, more opportunities. But what you think about, you bring about. So what you focus on is going to grow. So whatever that was for you, that's what's taking shape here in the recent past with the 2 of cups. Now, this can be about perfect partnerships. For others of you, there was a self-reflective period. The moon, right? The moon showing up here allows us to reflect. The moon can also be very powerful. But whether full moon energy is all about release, and that new moon can be about, brand new beginnings here, and a reflection period in between saying, okay, what am I doing that's uplifting to my soul? What am I doing for myself? What am I doing for others? So the 2 of cups is about you assessing what's working and what's not, who's on your side, who's not, and how you can surround yourself with more uplifting, vibrating energies that match and mirror you. Okay, so I like this showing up here. You're understanding more and more, Gemini, about the law of attraction and about soul purpose, and what you think about, you bring about, the seeds that you've planted. I feel like you are tending to those seeds and you're starting to water and you're starting to see grow. And for some of you, some of the plants or growth is right here at this ground level and others are up here. And it's a process, right? Some things take longer fruition and other things happen quite quickly. And I feel like you are watering the seeds on many different things, but you're going to see your garden bloom and fruition into really beautiful abundance is what I sense for you. Let's get to the juicy good stuff. What are you manifesting? What's in the headspace here? What is going on for you? All right, what do we need to know here? We have a few cards that flew out. We're just going to put them in order. Okay, so what's above you, what you're manifesting? Ace of Cups. Ace of Cups is a brand new opportunity. You are ready for a new emotional experience, one that is heartwarming, heartfelt, one that is a gift of love. It is connecting. You are in need of a soul-quenching renewal, Gemini. You're in need of feeling that sense of inspiration and that passion and that pizzazz and that love for what it is that you do. That's what you want to bring down to earth, right? You want to bring that down from the ether, the spiritual realm. You want to manifest that into the physical. But it's been a little bit of a challenge because of some thoughts or some mental disbeliefs or limiting beliefs that have held you up in line for a little bit here, right? when this Ace of Cups shows up, this is a brand new beginning. And I like this for you because your heart and your soul is in it to win it, and you're not letting your mind talk you out of anything any longer. You're not going to let the mind say, well, but you should feel guilty because you're not doing that for someone else, right? You're saying, no, mind, right? I need you to be on board. I need you to cheer me on. And you're going to start paying attention, Gemini, to your self-talk as well. And you're going to say to that inner voice that tries to derail those carefully woven plans, you're going to say, you know what? If you're not on board, get lost, right? I need you to be my backup, my cheerleader. And again, this is you entering your zone of genius. I love this. All right, what's coming in the near future, Gemini? You have the Death card. This is powerful. I really actually like the Death card because it is about necessary endings. And you have that showing up as the challenge, and we see it manifesting in the present as well. So something needs to shift and alter. You no longer go on the way that you were in that energetic frequency that you were. Okay, even if you were saying in the past, well, Melissa, this is really good, I want to maintain. I'm not saying the Death card is saying you got to go in reverse or you have to lower those frequencies. This is about you ascending, right? This is about you keeping pace, climbing that ladder that we talked about earlier here. So in order for you to move on, and some of you, something may happen quite quickly. And it may take you by surprise is what I feel here. It may take you by surprise, but it's actually you skipping one of those ladder steps, right? You kind of skipping and doing a leap where you're taking 2 steps forward quickly, where it may feel a little bit off kilter because you're used to just taking the 1 step up, but something's going to happen quite quickly. I like this Death card, and we will clarify as well some of these energies. All right, and how are you feeling? There's that Queen of Wands. Beautiful. Even though it was the King of Wands I was seeing earlier, king or queen, it doesn't matter here. They're both wearing this crown, right? Female or male, it doesn't matter. This is being receptive, being confident, having that ambition. Instead of feeling fearful, this is about you being fearless. And that word itself, fearless, means fearless. So whatever was appearing real in your world that was holding you back, that was just an illusion, because that's all fear is half the time, is an illusion. This is about you being able to step into your power courageously and confidently. And this is how you're feeling in the month of July. Beautiful. Now, some of you, Gemini, are also working with, or you are connecting with a mentor or someone, again, that you work with, a boss, a healer. Queen of Wands energy, someone who's going to help you grow your business, someone's going to help you succeed here, someone who has a drive and a zest and a passion for goals. They're very goal oriented. Now this person, this Queen of Wands, when they walk into a room, this is you, right, Gemini? Even though you're swords, you're being portrayed as this Queen of Wands too. And I feel when you walk into a room, look at that. She lights up the room. That is a fiery, passionate energy. So other people see that fire and that passion and that drive within you, and they want a piece of that action. So you may be getting offers, job offers, opportunities to work with new people. I'm also getting something here with, now this is interesting. I'm getting podcast or like a talk show or a radio host. There could be a new opportunity coming in to do something of that nature, or to share your skills and your talents in front of many people as well. I'm not quite sure what that would be, but it could be you presenting yourself in front of a crowd. Maybe it's you speaking, public speaking. I mean, maybe it's you starting a YouTube channel where you are building up your affluence here. So I like the Queen of Wands in your power position here. This is all about you. So let's dive in and clarify some of these cards before we move further on in your Celtic cross. Let's backtrack it. Let's backtrack it to the Two of Cups in the past position, the recent past. This is about partnerships. So what is it that you were manifesting with that law of attraction? Ooh, Four of Wands. I love the Four of Inspiration, aka Four of Wands. This can be about celebrations. It is the 11/11 energy, milestones. It can be celebrating some sort of an award, a ceremony, communal achievement. Now, the fact that it does show up in reverse, though, I feel like a lot of you wanted to celebrate, but it just, maybe it wasn't happening in the timing that you thought it would, right? Four of Wands can be about plans turning south, right? You really want to move forward, but it feels like you're stuck in this position. Now, it doesn't mean that the Four of Wands isn't happening for you, but I feel like it's something that you are trying to bring closer into proximity. You're closer to that law of attraction, right? So as you raise your vibrations to what it is that you seek, and if it's aligned with your soul's truth and your soul's purpose, you're going to see it showing up here. But it's almost like you can see it, but you can't quite touch it yet. And I feel like that's shifting here in a big way for you. So let's take a look at this Ace of Cups. What's this new opportunity coming in? What is this you're trying to manifest? Knight of Materials. There's the Knight of Pentacles that we were seeing in the very beginning of your reading here. At least I thought we mentioned that. Slow and steady wins the race. So there's something here that may have taken a little bit of time to move forward on, but I feel that things are picking up speed and you're doing it right. Instead of being impulsive and instead of rushing through something just to get to the end of it so you can maybe teach it or get out into the, into that profession or whatever it is, you're taking your time on something, but that's good because then you're building more credibility, you're building your reputation, you're doing things right. And people are going to see that within you as well and say, wow, Gemini is very responsible. Gemini is loyal. Gemini has the knowledge. They've been doing this for quite some time, or they are really dedicated to learning and discovering more. The way I'm seeing this as well is some of you want that one-on-one time to get to know maybe the people that you work with or your clients or your, the prospects available instead of rushing and moving on to the next, right? You want to build more intimate relationships with those that you are doing business with instead of it just being another number is what I'm getting here. So for example, I've not been in this position myself, but for example, let's say you are an ER nurse, right? Maybe you're working in the emergency room and you have patient after patient after patient. It's probably a quick paced energy and you don't necessarily get that one-on-one time to really dive in. You're just quickly healing the surface of a situation and you're doing multiple, and that can lead, I'm sure, at times to burnout or exhaustion. I feel you're wanting to slow that pace down a bit. So maybe you're not an ER nurse, but you could do something along the lines of hustle and bustle where you don't really get to put your heart into it. It's just, getting the job done because it's necessary to get it done. I feel like you want to spend a little bit more time getting to a deeper, more surface. And that's what I feel is happening. I hope that makes sense for you. Now let's take a look at the death energy showing up in the near future. What's the death energy all about? The way that you have been dealing with your own inner world, I feel like is about to shift, Gemini. So something you've been either telling yourself or something that's been a long time coming, hence the Temperance. The Temperance is all about patience. So again, something that you've been working towards for quite some time. You've been wanting to maybe head towards retirement, or you've been wanting to graduate. You've been wanting that promotion. You've been wanting to incorporate your side hustle into a more permanent position. Whatever it may be for you, it's taken a long time, but I sense that you're on the cusp. You're so close if you're not there already. So do not give up. I just heard something, I think it was today, that talks about goals. And sometimes when we get really close to that finish line, that's when a lot of people give up for whatever reason, whether it's hitting that upper limit, which I believe it's Gay Hendricks talks about in his book, The Big Leap, is sometimes we fear success and we get there, we get to that point, and then it's almost as if we just kind of teeter back down. I feel like you are very, very close. If you haven't already crashed through that glass ceiling, you are about to, Gemini, and your world is going to open up in so many different ways, because right behind it, you have the Ace of Voices, which is the Ace of Swords, followed by the Magician. I mean, two major arcanas with a I can't even talk today. We'll just forget that word here. But there's a new understanding, okay? There's a light bulb moment coming in here. There's a realization showing up here for you. And I feel like there also is, again, an awakening. This is about you changing your life for the better. This is about no longer ignoring the call to do something new. This is about you releasing any judgment, embracing the change that's coming in here, and knowing that you are the magician and the creator of your own destiny, of your own world. This is about you living in your soul's truth and being in alignment with what experiences your soul chose to have here on earth. So there's clarity coming in here. There is clarity. I love this for you. So a lot going on with the Death card. To clarify the Death, you have two major arcanas again, followed by that Ace of Swords. So if there was any miscommunication happening or maybe a little bit of indecisiveness, this is about you coming up with an action plan. And I feel like your brilliant mind, once again, look at all these swords we're getting in here. You're using truth and logic. You are coming up to that realization that things are needing to change and that you can't avoid the inevitable here, and you don't want to avoid it anyway. And it's, again, it's almost like you're getting close to that roof or that top ceiling, and then it's as if, okay, what happens here? Can I really do this? Can I go out and build this business? It's just fear, right? Fear holds us back here, but the truth is that you are a powerful being, that you have what it takes to crash through that glass ceiling and do whatever the hell you want to do, Gemini. You're the magician of your own life. If this is part of your soul's calling, then it's going to keep calling you and keep calling you until you move in that direction. And if you don't do it and your head's moving you in one way and the heart's pulling you in another, you're going to have that cognitive dissonance that is going to be, it's almost like one of those things that you put on your finger, right? Not a Venus flytrap type concoction, but it seems like that, right? It's one of those things. I'm sure you've all seen them. They're long, and the more you pull, the tighter it gets, and you can't get out of it. That's kind of what I feel here is happening, where even though the mind may be at times talking you out of this business or this financial goal or this plan or this move, whatever it may be, it's like the more you try to pull away, the more your intuition is saying, Gemini, this is part of your soul path over here. We're not letting you go. You're not getting off the hook that easily. So there's some really juicy things coming in for you. Now you have this Queen of Wands, which I love the Queen of Wands. She's confident, she's bold, she inspires others to live their best lives. She's very strong and very confident and also very creative. So whatever it is that you are creating at this time, I do feel like it's going to be a big hit. It's going to be a big success. So let's take a look here, Gemini, and clarify the Queen of Wands, because this is you. This is all about you, the world. Wow, there is a cycle that is showing up here where, wow, round of applause, take a bow, because the world is all about some sort of victory, an accomplishment, a reward, a celebration that you've earned. This can be global, international. This is fulfillment. Some of you, if you are looking to put yourself in the spotlight, Queen of Wands, she's a traveler. She is an influencer. This could be global attention as well. Some of you may be traveling the world, but you're definitely wrapping up a cycle here, and I love it for you, Gemini. Beautiful. All right, let's get to the environment. What's going on in your surroundings? What do we have in your surroundings? Okay, so we're going to, how would you like these? Thank you. Surroundings. The Tower. I like the Tower showing up because it's around you. Now, I'm a fan of the Tower myself, even though sometimes when you're going through it, it may not always feel like the best thing, but this is about a needed transition to set you free. And that's what I feel, because it did show up here in reverse. So when the Tower shows up here, I read intuitively, but I'm also getting here that because you have the Death, because you have these new beginnings, the situation that's happening around you is actually freeing you up to bigger and better. The Tower here in reverse is about a sudden revelation that offers you freedom. And for a lot of you, you're shattering that old belief system and you are coming into that awakening, that revelation here. I'm pretty sure I just butchered that word again, but there is this really powerful, unexpected change or surprise that shows up in your outer world, but you're not surprised because internally you've wanted this for quite some time. We're going to clarify and see what this is for you. What is the Tower all about? What is the Tower all about? Some of you, I mean, this is huge. This could be retirement. It could be graduating. It could be changing lifestyles. It can be going back to school at, 50 years old. It doesn't matter the age. It doesn't matter the when. It matters that you're doing it, right? It matters that you're choosing to live life to your fullest. I just did a collective reading on that. I'll post it in the description box with the other collective readings. It should be the first one at the top. If you are not feeling like you're living life to the fullest, it may be because fear is stopping you in your tracks. You are the creator. Here is the magician energy here for you. So when this magician shows up, this is a reminder that you have those tools available at all times. You have that talent. You have the resources, you have the skills, you have that power within you to take action and manifest that life that you want for yourself, Gemini. You have it and some. All right, hopes and fears. You have the Page of Cups. This is new excitement. I really like this beautiful energy here on this card. Look at that little baby. Doesn't he look joyful and pleasant? There's exciting opportunities here for you to feel emotionally fulfilled. Now, the hope is new exciting opportunities because of whatever this Tower is stirring up in your world. Now, the fear is lost motivation. What if I don't have that motivation? What if I get up here right close to the finish line and I start to trickle backwards, right? That's just a fear. If you allow yourself to trickle backwards, or if you stay in that fear-based energy, then you're going to stay there. Yeah, that's free will. That's up to you. You don't have to stay there though. Bust through that glass ceiling. See what else is out there. Live life to the fullest. That's what I feel like you want to do here. It's not impossible. And some of you may be saying, oh, that's impossible to do. It's taking forever. It's never going to happen. I can't go back to school. I can't, graduate here. I can't get my real estate license. I can't. All I hear is excuses, right? When we tell ourselves we can't. It's a limiting belief that is not true. So whatever your I can'ts are, I want you to turn them into I can. I can succeed. I can move. I can do this on my own. I can go in this direction of my dreams. Don't let fear hold you back here, Gemini. Let's take a look at the final outcome. What is the final? And that one came out quick. So I feel once you make a decision, once you decide to open that doorway, which you already are, I feel like this is even on a subconscious level. A lot of you Geminis have already put things into motion, and you're going to see that garden that we talked about earlier bearing fruit here for you. Five of Cups. This is interesting because I think it was Taurus also received this Five of Cups. So some of you may be on that Taurus border, that you may be cusping Taurus's energy, or you have some strong Taurus placements. This is a brand new opportunity opening up for you. And we just talked about free will. We talked about you staying in that position, right? You can stay here in your comfort zone, but we rarely grow in our comfort zone, and we don't fully open ourselves up to life. Now, if you're one of those people that you're okay with just living on the sidelines, then no problem, right? But if you want to open yourself up to the unlimited potential that is available to you, and you can take that potentiality and turn it into manifesting abundance here on earth, whatever abundance means to you, it's going to mean something different for each and every one of you. Financial abundance, freedom, flexibility, being able to spend more time with your family, maybe having a roof over your head, food on the table. Maybe it's that car or that home on the beach, whatever your dreams, goals, and aspirations are. Don't allow yourself to sit in that place of fear. That's the message here for you. Yes, there's been loss, but I feel like you're healing from financial setbacks. You're healing from financial struggles. When you look at the opposite of that Five of Cups, which I feel because you have so many endings bringing in new beginnings, you're actually healing some sort of financial loss. So this is really powerful showing up here. We're going to take a look and clarify what this Five of Cups means for you. Whenever I get the Five of Cups, I feel like you've allowed yourself some space to grieve or to mourn a loss or a struggle or a challenge, because sometimes, yeah, when we lose everything, right? Let's say you've gone through a house fire or a hurricane or a tornado or some sort of natural disaster, maybe a job loss, maybe the loss of a loved one. You can't force fake, a smile on your face saying, yay, I'm going to just rose and unicorn my way through this. No, you got to allow yourself to feel those emotions and feel the loss and feel the heartache and the destruction that it brings, but you don't live your life in that energy for the rest of your time here on Earth. I mean, some people do, but I feel like you don't want to do that, Gemini, regardless of how big or how little a situation may have been for you. However little or big the loss. What do we need to know? Oh, they're saying 2 here. Thank you. Oh, there it is. 10 of Pentacles. That's why you wanted that 2, Spirit. So we have 2 cards clarifying the 5. Now 5 and 5 equals 10. We also have the 10, 10. We have almost all the 10s here in your reading. There's the 7 of Wands. You are a warrior. You are determined. 7 of Wands is about standing up for your beliefs, living life on your own terms and non-conforming. Instead of feeling defensive or defenseless, right? Instead of feeling the pressure from all angles, instead of feeling constantly on guard, wondering when that earthquake is going to come in and kind of shatter that ground around you regarding your financial stability. This is about you holding your own here and manifesting that 10 of Pentacles. 10 of Pentacles is a powerful energy to have in any reading, but especially a career reading. This is about long-term growth, longevity. It can be inheritance. It can be leaving that legacy behind. And for those of you that are really in this Queen of Wands and world energy, you absolutely are leaving behind a legacy. I'm also getting something with international flights, international travel. It may be in the month of July for some of you as well. There could be... Okay, there could be, I'm getting here Morgan, or Morgana, maybe that's a place. It could be a name. Please take it as it resonates. Morgan or Morgana. All right, I'm loving this for you. Even though you have the 5 of Cups, we all go through the 5 of Cups at times. There's some sort of loss that you are healing from. But the good news is you have the Crown here. You're overcoming those obstacles and you are embracing that Queen of Wands energy. So whatever power plays, struggles, financial setbacks, destruction, reputation, whatever felt destroyed in the past, you're overcoming here and you're going to see progress here in the month of July moving forward. So I like this here for you. Let's get a message from the wisdom of the Oracle, Gemini, and see what's showing up here for you. I will read the money message from the guidebook. What do we have for Gemini, please? Gemini. All right, we do have the flexibility card showing up. So I'm just going to show you that. It's also card 19. That's the Sun card in tarot. So staying flexible, but here's the card that we're going to read to you and it's new life. This makes complete sense with that ending. So a lot of you are in or are heading towards a brand new life, a brand new energy. Now you may be 39 years old. You may have a birthday on the 3rd, the 9th, or even the 11th. You may be in a life path or a personal year, 3, 9, or 11, or 12, excuse me. I'm getting 11s though, which makes sense because you have the 4 of Wands in your reading and that's the 1111 card. So who's seeing 11s or 111 or 1101? Because 1s represent new beginnings as well. And some of you may even have that in your phone number, your address, or your license plate, or your driver's license number is extra 1s. I'm really loving that for you. All right, let's take a look here. Card 39. This is all about birth of new ideas. It is about growth, opportunities, a breath of fresh air, and it's also about life renewing itself, Gemini. And the message for you is this. You have every reason to be optimistic right now as things seem to fall into place magically. New opportunities remind you that abundance is available to you. Delight in the bounty that begins to appear in surprising forms. Stay curious and know that your hopes and dreams are being fulfilled. Here's the Curious card. Remember, you show up with the Page of Swords. He is curious. Look at him using his zone of genius. Not only his mastermind, but his creative, zone of genius that we've been talking about here for you. It's as if new life suddenly infuses your projects work, and creative ideas with a kind of electricity that crackles with exciting potential. Fortune is smiling on you. For some of you that are still going through some of those challenges, don't worry, because even though your vibration may be right here, I feel like you have that opportunity to leap, quantum leap into that new vibration. Set that mind into more positivity, overcoming the obstacles here, allowing yourself to grieve, but not stay in that energy for too long. I am going to read to you the protection message for those of you that are still playing catch up. You must acknowledge your inexperience and gently allow yourself to be like the delicate new bud opening. It's okay to admit that you may not know something. You are at the beginning of things and haven't yet hit your stride. Be immersed in the newness of it all and don't try to rush the learning process. New life has its own timetable for maturity. Be here now. Life loves you. We talked about that as well, not rushing. That was that Knight of Pentacles energy. That's about you doing things right and learning as you go. You don't have to have, every piece of that puzzle falling into place immediately. It's okay to learn as you go and admit if you don't know how something is going to work out, or if you don't have that knowledge at this time, because it's something you can learn and grow and move forward in one step at a time. Okay. Because I certainly feel like there's new life available here to you. All right, let's take a look and get a few messages from the from the spirit animals. Okay, so at this time, Gemini, if you can, I just ask for you to close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath in from that solar plexus chakra, the belly area. And tune into that third eye center, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you, Gemini, to imagine the first animal or animals that show up in your mind's eye. Now, this could be an animal that flies high in the sky. It could be an animal that swims deep in the sea. This animal could be wild, magical, mystical, or even domesticated. It could be an animal that's recently crossed your path in the great outdoors, or one that's visited through your dreams. There is no right or wrong answer, Gemini. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, all you need to do, Gemini, is drop your power animals in the comment box below. And I personally will enter you into that free reading giveaway where I draw one lucky winner around the 1st of each month and post right back here on this channel. So please make sure you've hit that subscribe and bell button if you haven't already. Okay, we have very powerful animals here for you. First one off, we have Buffalo Spirit. The abundant universe will provide. Yes, it will. The beauty of the buffalo is they are so resourceful. They have so many different uses, right? They can do so much. And I feel like there is abundance available to you here. And once you open up this new path, this new life, this new energy, because yes, Tower moment, something is shifting, something is changing in a big, powerful way with the Death card, with the Tower. I mean, stay curious, stay curious. Endings bring in new beginnings here. You're going to be supported. You're going to be put in a good position here to grow, to learn, and to thrive. You also have Deer Spirit. This is all about bringing that gentle touch to the mix. It's about you being kind, to being compassionate with yourself. It's also card 18, and in Tarot, 18 is the moon. So I do feel like there's going to be clarity coming in. It is about you being kind with yourself, even if you're not sure how something is going to work out, or if you don't know the path forward. I do feel that there's light, there is guidance, there is this magic around you that sometimes we fail to see when we overthink, we overanalyze, when we carry the weight of the world on our shoulders. Bring a gentle touch. Be kind. Be that change you wish to see in the world. Know your worth. Gemini, know your worth and make sure that you are being compensated for your worth as well. Skunk Spirit. Card 54. Some of you may be 54 years old. You may have a birthday on the 10th 10th, 18th, or 21st. And last but not least, we have Dove. And this says, be at peace. Bring more peace into your world. It's card 21. That's the world, right? That's the world that we see showing up in your reading. So this is all about a peaceful completion here, victory, reward. There is a time here of more serenity, more bliss. So I'm loving this for you. And last but not least, Gemini, let's see which crystal, gemstone, mineral, or fossil you can use in the month of July to help you on your prosperous path. What do we have here for Gemini, please? What do we have for Gemini? Ooh, I love lapis. Lapis lazuli or lapis lazuli. Very beautiful energy that opens up that throat chakra here, card 30. This can bring about creativity. It can bring about truths. It can help you lovingly speak your truth, be more kind. Paying attention to that self-talk that we discussed earlier as well. This is about spiritual truth, enlightenment, meditation, and unity consciousness. It's also about that inner vision. And the message is this. We are one, unified in consciousness, always interconnected and always able to draw on the natural affluence we share. There is plenty to go around, which is what the universe wants you to remember. Hello, Buffalo, right? There's plenty to go around. If you're feeling disconnected from the universe and its infinite abundance, you might find it difficult to recognize the prosperity that is yours and the opportunities available to you and dancing right before your eyes. Be still, meditate, and ask the universe to be with you and heal your sense of scarcity, allowing you to remember that you always have and are enough. Let's see here. I just lost my spot. Like rubbing a crayon over a piece of paper to reveal a leaf hidden beneath it. You can trust that by having a conversation with the universe, you will experience revelations. Oh my gosh. Is that word I kept having a problem with earlier? Revelations? I think it is. It says here, your natural state is to feel the wealth inherent in the universe, created in a world lush with millions of species, beings all working together. Connect and remember, asking to be awakened out of our spiritual amnesia. Yes, there is lack of is built in that sense of scarcity. So remember that you are enough. You have enough. Again, this is a really powerful energy here for you, Gemini. This is your natural state, is to feel the wealth. It's not to feel disconnected. It's not to feel that scarcity or poverty conscious mindset. So it is about you being able to manifest more of what that means because you feel connected and you know that there is plenty to go around. So really beautiful. I love this clarifier. It does talk about everything we've kind of been talking about here. So make sure that you are staying connected with your soul's truth, your inner truth. You can work with lapis. You can meditate with that crystal as well to bring you more enlightenment, to bring you more clarity. And if you are feeling disconnected, it can bring you back home to yourself. So I hope this resonates, Gemini. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. And do drop your power animals in the comment box below. And if you are vibing with the energy of this channel, please feel free to hit that subscribe and bell button if you haven't already. Thank you so much, Gemini, for tuning in. Lots of love.